Cardano will change forever with the implementation of CIP 1694. At the core of the change is the Cardano Constitution, and pivotal for it to work is the role of the Constitutional Committee. One of the most important institutions in the future of Cardano and the subject of this video. These videos are a part of Emergo's educational series on Voltaire and Cardano governance. These are the topics that will shape the future of Cardano and prepare the way to a chain fully controlled by the community. It will be an enormous collective effort that is going to transform the entire Cardano space. On this occasion, we'll draw our focus towards the Constitutional Committee, one of the most important governance bodies in the proposed CIP 1694 changes. As members of said committee will have in their hands the responsibility of upholding the values stated on the Cardano Constitution. How will they do it? Who can be a member of the Constitutional Committee? And how long is their term? These will be the questions we want to answer by the end of this video. A constitution by itself does not ensure a proper system of government. At the end of the day, it's just a document that outlines a collection of principles that a larger community has agreed to uphold. There are other institutions that have to be created around a constitution for it to work. The first of such institutions that will play a role in the establishment of the Cardano Constitution is the Constitutional Committee. It will be a body solely dedicated to preserve the principles found in the Cardano Constitution. The Constitutional Committee will first be established by prominent members of the Cardano community. People from the developer side, educators, project founders, etc. will comprise the first version of the committee. Their ranks are expected to come from those participating in Intersect, the members-based organisation set up for the Cardano governance transition. Their first role will be to review the first version of the Cardano Constitution. Not to approve it, as adoption of the Constitution is expected to be via voting. Once the Cardano Constitution is adopted, then the true work of the Constitutional Committee starts. It's a government body that has a single responsibility, ensuring that new proposals do not infringe on any of the principles stated in the Cardano Constitution. It has a veto power only. For example, a new proposal passes through the SPOs and the DREPs. The proposal then goes to the Constitutional Committee. Its members debate whether said proposal could break any of the clauses of the Constitution. If there are no contradictions, the proposal passes review and is implemented. On the other hand, if the committee votes against it, the proposal is rejected. The Constitutional Committee cannot modify the proposal nor make a counter-proposal. It only exercises veto power. As the first conclusion of the CIP 1694 workshops make their way, the Constitutional Committee has been subject of debate, and there are new insights regarding its operation. Ensuring transparent committee appointments. Concerns exist about the first Constitutional Committee being appointed in secret. To promote transparency and community involvement, the CIP 1694 Constitutional Committee should be elected by the DREPs and SPOs. On-chain Constitution commitment. The Constitution created by the community should be committed on-chain to maintain an immutable record of its establishment. Managing potential conflict of interest. Clear guidelines should be in place to ensure appropriate operations, abstaining from controlling roles on the Constitutional Committee and future MBOs. Maintaining committee accountability and ethical standards. The committee should always be subject to replacement by DREPs and SPOs. Strong ethical standards and identity validation are necessary to prevent conflicts of interest, especially if committee members also serve as DREPs and SBOs. Robust governance parameters. Implementing new protocol parameters, such as the minimum constitutional committee size and maximum constitutional committee term limit, is crucial for balanced governance. If the number of non-expired constitutional committee members falls below the minimum, the system will automatically enter a state of no confidence, ensuring the stability and integrity of governance. Members of the Constitutional Committee. The number of people in the Constitutional Committee has not been decided. It's expected that the number will increase as the network becomes more complex and more people adopt it. For this reason, there won't be a fixed number of slots in the committee. The members don't have to only be individuals. Cardano is a complex ecosystem filled with many types of organizations, DAOs, NGOs, for-profit enterprises, etc. A group can be a member of the Constitutional Committee as long as it has a single person as a representative. The group can then internally vote on committee decisions that are executed by the group's representative. In that way, the Constitutional Committee will be a complex body that reflects all the different organisations that exist in Cardano. Term limits for the Constitutional Committee. At the moment, there are no set term limits. The duration of the Constitutional Committee is a topic in discussion. One thing we can say is that term limits will be different for each member. Some may have a longer term than others to account for the work requirements and the demands such a position can have on a person. Those committee members that represent a larger organisation can also be rotated as long as it's within the organisation term in the committee. Many of these questions are still in debate, and for now there are no conclusions on the topic. Changing members of the Constitutional Committee. Once the term limit of a member of the Constitutional Committee is over, their replacement is selected by vote. People from the community will compete for a spot on the committee. They'll make their case and a voting round will begin. In the voting phase, the other two governance bodies, the SPOs and the DREPs, will vote for the candidates. The candidate that passes the vote will become a member of the Constitutional Committee. The threshold to win, the amount of participation needed for a quorum, or the length of a voting period are not yet decided. These questions will be the responsibility of the CIP 1694 workshops and the work of the Intersect MBO. Constitutional Committee decisions. Each vote by the Constitutional Committee will be on-chain. This will create a permanent record that serves to track the performance of the committee as a whole and that of each member of it. The Cardano community will have to keep a close watch to the results of each vote. The performance of the Constitutional Committee is judged based on the result of each of their decisions, plus the reason they give behind each one. As a Constitutional Committee, they can only approve or reject proposals. This means each vote is purely a binary one that can be easily assessed by the community. The record created by the votes can be used as a precedent for future ones. Checks and balances are one of the fundamental principles of any form of representative government. Cardano aims to apply liquid democracy as the model to govern the future of the network. In this model, the Constitutional Committee is a key component of the system. It's an institution with the sole duty of preserving the principles of the Cardano Constitution. Its only power is to veto any proposals that could contradict one or more than one of the clauses found in the Constitution. As such, it has a crucial responsibility and works to maintain the stability of the Cardano network. The Constitutional Committee also reflects the complexity of a decentralized ecosystem, one where organizations and individuals participate to grow a blockchain. It will be the first body of its kind, and it will transform the nature of Cardano. Remember to watch the previous and next videos in this series to learn more about Voltaire and how Cardano's distributed governance works. Hit the like button and subscribe to easily watch the videos.